I was a heroin, cocaine, crack IV user for about 10 years of my life. Then I got put on MATs. But it wasn't the drug that kept me sick, it was the identity that kept me stuck. Even while being on MATs, I still craved drugs. When life was lifing, I was handed obstacles and challenges. I craved the drug and I was still snorting them. So I was still abusing them. And I also sold my MITs so that I could afford my drug of choice sometimes when I was relapsing off, actual hardcore drugs, which to me, it's all the same. It's all drugs. Not until I went to my school and I started learning about the developmental stages of development did I realize of what the identity and the programming was behind why I was the way I was. As a child, we have needs. And if those needs are not met, it creates an identity and a programming inside of us that keeps those cycles of thoughts and repeated patterns repeating, like the Energizer Bunny or like a NASCAR racetrack in your brain. If you know what I mean, I know you do. Mine was abandonment. At 3.5 years old, my mom told my biological father to leave or to go get help. He chose to leave. He was emotionally and physically abusive towards my brother and I, not towards my mom, but just towards us. And then she started working 2 jobs and was never home for us. And I just remember always wanting my mom and her not being around. And like people that was there was my brother and my grandmother. And then she remarried. And I feel like she placed one monster for the other, in my opinion. I started to not feel safe to feel my emotions because my innocence was stolen. And I remember crying about it, trying to tell my mom about it. And it just kept getting swept under the rug. If you pay attention to my stories, I've been talking about this a lot lately. And then that created an identity inside of me that I am not allowed to cry. I'm not allowed to scream out for help. Nobody is going to come save me, regardless if I do or not. Nobody's going to listen. So then this made me bury my truth deeper and deeper and deeper. And I went a very, very, very long time without crying throughout my life or feeling anything, including anger or any kind of emotion. Reaching out for distractions was also normal in my life. My stepdad was a hippie. He smoked a lot of weed and drank a lot of alcohol. And it was normalized in my home. It was okay to do. If we wanted to smoke weed, we could. So anytime life was lifing, my stepdad would spark up a joint or drink some alcohol. And so that taught me that using was a safe way to cope, even though it wasn't. For me, battling those patterns and that identity was hard. It was not easy to overcome. And it's not a one size fits all. If you stay tuned, I will be sharing more about what I've done to overcome those patterns and replace that identity with something different so I can embody a whole different person, because I am not who I was at all. Every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm a new person. I'm a new human. And it's created a whole new me that I'm actually positively in love with. I never used to love me. I used to think I was ugly, stupid, retarded, dumb, broken. We're not broken though. We're not any of that. Regardless of what this looks like, you're beautiful just the way you are. But somewhere along the way, somebody made you feel that way. And finding the root cause is what heals us. Expressing it in a safe environment or with someone safe. And that is what I'm here for, to teach people how to do that. Stay tuned and I will be sharing more.